everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here, and we are welcomed by Grim doing some task management, apparently. Of course, this is the countdown to the Sims 4 Life and Death Expansion Pack official reveal trailer, which we are going to be reacting to in today's video. There is a cheeky little sim walking past from what I can see. Also, I feel like I'm on the brink of life and death right now with this cold, so I do apologize for the voice that I am going to have over my next few videos. Honestly, oh, is this a crow over here? It's quite dark, but it looks like it's a crow on a perch. Tell me that we are getting birds as a pet. Look, random sim just walking on by. I definitely feel like you can work with the Grim Reaper. Like, I feel like this is a new career. It's gonna be interesting to see how they do it. I don't imagine this is a new small pet. I just imagine this is like decoration, kind of like the goldfish bowl, where you don't actually need to do anything with it and there's no interactions with the animal. I would happily like to be proven wrong there. Like, I miss different animals in the game. Oh, all of their hairs are very wispy. I love how that's the first thing I noticed. Okay, this is just music playing. We're not missing anything too much. Oh, that looked like he actually was doing a little bit. Okay, so tarot reading definitely is a new activity. He has death in his future. Oh, not the deathbed, not the literal deathbed. New death animation. His spirit just evaporating from his body. Okay, new world, I think. Yeah, definitely a new world. Oh, it is memorials. So there is like funerals in the pack. You can light candles and comfort each other. I mean, that technically is already... Love that hairstyle. Oh my god, that's so cute. The sim reminds me of Halsey. I think it's just the hair, honestly. Will. Okay. Yes! Oh my goodness gracious me, that's definitely something I wanted from this pack when we heard Life and Death. Cowplants as a ghost? And then a new wishing well bucket list. Find the well of longing and regret. So a new wishing well. Spend a day outside, not that being on your bucket list. Go touch grass. Have another worldly adventure. That turned her into a ghost. Scare the living. So you can become like a temporary ghost. Reconnect with family. Not the Wednesday dance. Was that the Wednesday dance? That looked like it. A new portal. Oh, so you can literally reap people. I have done that, and it's a terrifying thing. No wonder it's blurred out. Honestly, Grim's face should be blurred out forever. And then we are getting graveyards. Oh, thank goodness for that. Actual graveyard lots. Legacy players truly rolling in their graves right now. So happy about that fact. Oh, the sunflowers look quite cute. Okay, not gonna lie, that was a lot to take in. Embrace what's next.
Strange. Thought he'd stay and master his ghostly powers. He did complete his unfinished business, though. Oh well, back to work. Who's next?
Not Grim voice reveal. And then purchase by December 12th to get the macabre Mementos digital content. The mournful... Not the lasting legacy family portrait. Sims team! As if people weren't already annoyed by the fact that that was a mobile, like, exclusive. Like, if you connected your Sims 4 to, like, Sims Mobile by a certain time, you got that portrait within your game. And I have seen so many people recently with the introduction of timed events being like, I hate timed events. I hate that we don't have, like, a way to do official, like, family portraits. Because even if you have all the stuff that leads to, like, photography within the game, you can still only take photos of like 2 Sims together. That's usually not like a full family portrait. Although, okay. Okay, we got a cheeky little Ophelia and nervous subject lore drop there. Oh, my face is in the way, but there, look, it's nervous subject. It's absolutely nervous subject. I'm actually going to go up here so we can check out a lot of the stuff. But yeah, I've heard so many people saying that they're so annoyed by events because they missed out on this and it was a timed event, and that so many people would love to have this in their game, and now they're just adding it as another timed content for the fact that you have to pre-order or purchase this before December the 12th. Have we learnt nothing? This child actually has the same hair on as the sim right here. Not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of Create a Sim from what I'm currently seeing. I do like this, but I know it's gonna be a full body outfit, which is gonna be slightly annoying, but it reminds me of the Discover University one, and I really like that. I also really like this outfit that this sim has on. I'm not really a poofy sleeve girl or even really a blouse girl in general. This kind of reminds me of what we've had recently with like Crystal Creations, and I'm just not a huge fan of it. I don't mind this hair. It's kind of like a little bit like a shag cut. I don't know if you can get away with calling this a shag cut. Why have they not given us a new like balding hair? Unless this is, or like receding hairline hair, but this looks like the base game one. This absolutely looks like a hair that we already have within the game. Do you like this beard? This hair is like fine. It has a little bit too much volume, and also kind of looks like this one, but just has like a little swoop in the front. It's kind of a bit mullety, I guess. Maybe I'm just thinking of a lot of custom content that I have within the game that actually resembles it. But yeah, from what I can see, these are like two different sections of the family. Those three are all kind of siblings. This actually looks like potentially a new little community festival. I'm sick of the fountains. I feel like we've had so many recently. This looks like a buffet table, which makes me assume that maybe we're gonna have like a couple of deaths, like maybe death by choking. This also looks like kind of a flea market. We obviously already have one of those in City Living, but this looks like people selling like wares. This also looks like a headscarf, which I am very, very happy about if we are getting more headscarves and hijabs. I kind of like that you can maybe sell your Sims like old furniture that they're not gonna use anymore, but I do feel like it could get a little bit repetitive. I've said this about the flea market. I wish that they updated the City Living flea market to actually have different stuff from different packs and like way more things available for you to purchase. Like, I'm scared that this is just gonna be content from the new pack, and that's not gonna like match every single person's home. There's also, I don't know what's like back here. Like, I can't tell what that is. Oh, it's a swing set. I can see people swinging. It's just very, very blurry. Looks like you can actually interact with the crows. Looks like you could potentially have them as pets as well. The little spectre from Paranormal Stuff is chilling over here, which I don't know if I like that. It does feel kind of maybe like recycled content. The fact that you can like play around with the specters. This like death flower bush, it looks very similar to a death flower. I'm excited to kind of see the art on the tarot cards. They're not really showing it off too much, but obviously he's talking about how he knows he's gonna die at some point. And then it definitely looks like death by old age got an update. I assume if you have base game, it's gonna stay the same, but then if you have this pack, maybe they've updated it, because usually in the trailer they don't put a lot of like base game updates in it. So his soul is like leaving his body. I do like that they can now like pass away in their bed. I do like the realism of it. I know I'm not really paying attention to like build and buy mode. Honestly, a lot of it kind of looks like base game, not gonna lie. It looks very gothic. I feel that way about all the gothic kind of stuff that we have. It doesn't look particularly all that different from base game. A roof hole. You have this like really run down place over here. Oh yeah, I like this. The kind of like old timey like crumbling stuff. The heck? All of these coffins under the tree. Is this like a coffin sale? Like, what's going on down here? Are these for purchase? Like, do you get to customize your own coffin? This kind of looks like the guy who has just passed away. I don't know if it is meant to resemble him. Here's a lot of like the build buy mode stuff. You have a coffin over here, a lot of like trunks, new chairs, and none of this is like super inspiring to me, I'm not gonna lie. It feels like a lot of like base game with also like crystal creations that we've had kind of recently. I do like this artwork of the Grim Reaper over here. I also do like the new grandfather clock. That's pretty sick. And then these kind of show like the different memorials that you can set up. So these are portraits. I wonder how these actually work within the game. It's really interesting to see all these books lined up. They had the books in the other setup as well. I wonder if he was potentially like an author and these are like kind of the books that he's written. A new podium. Obviously, if you are, I think it's maybe in a sad moodlet, you can actually give like a eulogy on the podium if you have podiums within your game right now. So there is a way to kind of like do funerals. I did one in my growing together let's play. Looks like a funeral director maybe. I really love this hair. I feel like I've wanted a hair like with that texture for so long. This little mushroom dude is so cute. Kind of obsessed. Okay, these two definitely have like a strained sibling relationship. I'm seeing repeats of like hairstyles an awful lot. I feel like everyone and their mother has this little like modern mullet. I had custom content for a while that looked like this, and then I think I unfortunately lost it. He is pouring one out to the spirits. That's really sweet that they included libations. And then here is the will reading. I feel like neither one of them got money and then are furious about that. All their hopes and dreams are shattered. I kind of hope you can actually choose like the wills. Like I hope that they are actually, oh, is that a glitch with like her shirt over the trousers? I swear that was tucked in originally. Was it not? Roll the tape back. Love this full body outfit though. I'm always down for more of a polo jumper and I love that. He definitely seemed to have a connection to the Grim Reaper for sure. And then she's like, oop, let me go to the well. Soul's Journey. This is interesting. So you have like a plumber plus, a light bulb with a plus, work, I don't know, growing up, like grandfather clock, a phoenix. So this reincarnation, ghost plus, and then potentially like gaining your life back from ambrosia, well of longing and regret, and then a ghost child spawns out of it, which ghost children can actually spawn. Not gonna lie, this does look a little bit demonic. I'm not like children ghost terrifying anyway, and then also with it like fucking like vomiting water all over it. Spend a day outside. We're at a little, I don't know, pool party, like bonfire. We had another worldly adventure. We're a ghost kisser now. Also gays. I really feel like we're gonna get Olive. I think I referred to Olive as Ophelia when I was talking about the family portrait. I do apologize. Ophelia is her niece, and then Olive Spectre was the mum of Nervous Subject. This mohawk just makes me think we're getting Nervous Subject. And then there is like this book on a pedestal in the town, reconnect with family. I can't believe they added in the Wednesday dance. It definitely looks like we're getting a new bar. And then this looks like the Grim like career. So this looks like it's maybe like a get to work career, like a fully active career, maybe. That could just be for the trailer magic, but it kind of looks like the portal maybe is your way of getting there, and then you can actually like go visit kind of the Sims like underworld of like where the Grim Reaper resides, and then you're just like apprentice to the Grim Reaper because he is here with that job. Wait, did we quit from reaping souls after seeing the Grim Reaper's face? Imagine your boss like finally shows you their face and then you're like, sorry, I gotta go. I need to quit. I'm assuming is a new lot type that we can actually build ourselves because all of these look very custom. They all look very like made. I really hope that you can actually choose people to have in here. Like, I wonder if they've made it any easier to get people's graves so that you can like place them down, because it looks like there are like a couple of townies who are going to visit their loved ones, and I would like it if maybe a townie passes away. Like, it actually enters the graveyard, but I don't really know how they would go about that. But then we have this infant who looks honestly like he's being reincarnated. Like, I genuinely think reincarnation could be coming to The Sims 4, which is wild. I'm honestly excited to see what that actually brings to the game. Like, I'm excited to see what that does to your personality. Master his ghostly powers. So it looks like they are introducing new powers as well to ghosts, which obviously we have ghosts right now. They do have a couple of interactions depending on how they actually died, but they're not like anything serious. Like, it's not like being an occult, like a full-blown occult, like Realm of Magic or vampires, where you have like a full progression of like powers and perks. When is it available? October 31st. Oh yeah, the Halloween release. How could I forget? Venture into the haunting realm of Ravenwood is the actual world, where 3 distinct neighborhoods await exploration, each with its own connection to the shadowy passage between life and what's next. Chance to craft a bucket list, so you can make your own bucket list. Interesting. We'll have to see how that works. Resolve lingering unfinished business in the afterlife. I am concerned that bucket list is going to feel just very similar to like an aspiration. Obviously, if you can personalize it a bit more, it makes it a little bit better, but it just kind of is like regurgitating like things I feel like we already kind of do as players ourselves. So we'll have to wait and see. Resolve lingering unfinished business in the afterlife. Okay, so you can play, like, you can already play as a ghost. I'm not too sure what that means, unless as a ghost you have like little quest lines to play out. Wield new ghostly powers to unleash mayhem, so there are new ghost powers. Nice. Kindness or something in between, and even undergo a rebirth, so there is reincarnation. Crow's Crossing, an airy village rumored to be frequented by ghosts and regular hauntings. Venture down cobbled roads where you might discover local grave makers, meet the mysterious merchant peddling an assortment of curios and collectibles, or oh no, that's the try before you die casket. Love that. You can just hop in a coffin, see if it's the right fit for you. Sims seeking solace can visit the town cemetery, dappled with headstones and graves to pay respects to the Sims who once walked these roads and still may be doing so. Really hoping that that is just a lot type that you can add to any world. I swear, if they do a high school years and only introduced one graveyard, I'm going to be pissed. Disappear into a crypt to share a special moment with a... You can woohoo in the crypts? Or tell ghost stories. With the Ravenwood Family Day or Crow's Crossing celebration of life festivals, more festivals for you to get notifications for. Haunted houses. We technically do already have like a haunted house in high school years, but this is like more of like a traditional like actual house that is haunted rather than like a fair, I assume. And a ghostly guarded wishing well. There's plenty to explore. That is honestly just gonna be like pop-ups. You're not actually gonna be able to explore haunted houses. I guess we also do have haunted houses in paranormal stuff as well. For a slower pace, the Whispering Glen, steeped in ruins and rumors, paradise for collectors and historians alike. Explore local crypt, investigate tarot, tome shrine. I hope that they have like historian as a career. That would actually be really cool. Tarot tome shrine at the base of the ruins, garden in the shared community plots, or gather collectibles. Whatever you do, stay until the moon rises. Whispering Glen hosts the local moon revelry festival. Sims can swim under the moonlight, share stories at a bonfire, and dance. Oh, that's what we kind of saw the party thing was. Things get a little wild during the full moon, where clothing is entirely optional. Morning Veil, maybe it's the wind howls through the moss-draped trees, the eerie clang of the bell tower, or sentient plants. No matter the reason, many ghosts choose to call this place home. Grim Reaper has even been known to wander through now and then. Sims can take a dip in the baleful bog to have an out-of-body experience. Oh no! I don't know what happens when you swim under the moonlight then, because this is where they can go to become a ghost. Out-of-body experience or transition into a rebirth, partake in local customs at the Thinned Festival, or make peace with their mortality at the Afterlife Anonymous meetup. Whatever happens, a trip to this neighborhood is sure to send a shiver down your spine. With Soul's Journey, an all-encompassing reward system uniting aspirations and wants, Sims Soul Journey allows them to achieve rewards as they fulfill goals. ultimate reward being the ability to rebirth a sim and the special burning soul trait after passing. Sims who are reborn after completing their soul's journey can unlock past childhood developmental skills, traits, and infant milestones depending on the age they come back as. They might also find special ties to Sims from their past lives. I just recently watched Past Lives. That feels like it could be incorporated into it, which is cute. If left alone, a Sim's bucket list will naturally populate on time based on their traits. There are also new interactions on the computer and journal which allow Sims to random goal themselves, write a goal from a category, or write a specific goal. So they can be customized. Completing a bucket list has powerful rewards. As a ghost, Sims may also continue their soul's journey to complete their unfinished business, which if completed will result in even more powerful form or rebirth with a burning soul trait. This is a whole lot of yapping, but I'm kind of interested. But I'm like, is it gonna actually feel different to like anything that we've already done? I've already compared it to an aspiration, you know? Players can let their Sims linger on as a playable household member where they can wreak havoc on the living or lend a helping hand. We already can do that. We can already invite a Sim to join our household. Those Sims who build special connections with each other can also pair up for a special spectral woohoo inside of object. I wish I had this for my legacy challenge when we were romancing Gidry. As Sims adjust to their playable ghost Sims form, they can customize their looks in Create a Sim, build ghost powers, and even fear or goodwill essences from their interactions with the living to make simoleons. Double in death with two new careers, the Reaper profession and the Undertaker. That's what I meant when I kept saying funeral director. Grim turns. Incredible. And work their way up to Reaper as they make a career out of facilitating the next phase of life for Sims. Work with Grim at the Netherworld Department of Death, NWDD. Double D. Okay, Grim. And even head off to the field. I feel like this is an active career, like get to work style, but we'll just have to wait and see. You can experience Reaper training with all-around good guy training dummy Kenny, maintain Grim Turn Sims sites, practice reaping souls on practice dummies, and determine causes of death for reap souls. At higher levels, Sims in the career can determine which souls they'll reap, which they'll return to life. Oh! Once retrieved, souls can be placed into the Netherworld portal to meet the soul quota. Not this being like Monsters Inc. Grim Turns who meet the soul quota are eligible to become Employee of the Month. You can literally just decide when to reap souls. Undertaker career is a classic career in which Sims will serve both the living and dead. Sims who pursue a career in the funeral industry ensure all Sims can move on in peace. Specializing in this before afterlife care prepare Sims for difficult moments like discussing end-of-life services or contemplating existence. This feels like it could be more of like one of those like you can go into work if you want to, you can go off lot, or you can just like work from home. Be rewarded with a plague mask, a Murphy membrane bust, or a Corpus commendation plaque to honor their achievements. 2 branches, mortician or funeral director. Mortality and afterlife can now impact the way Sims interact with the world around them. Experience the ghost historian aspiration. Okay, so historian isn't a job, but it is an aspiration. You can complete horror novels, love that, and receive the ghost whisperer reward trait. Visit any lot with the Hallowgrounds lot trait. Try out all 3 of our new traits: macabre, chased by death, and skeptic. Delve into the thanatology, I said that correctly, or experience life and death's new death type, death by murder of crows. Thanatology is a study of death and dying. Sims can create a will at the town hall via the computer or family day festival. Sims can assign heirlooms to specific individuals, leave personal notes, set emotional reactions for loved ones reading the will, specify how they want their remains to be handled, make funeral planning requests, or designate other Sims to care for their pets or children. This is all I wanted from wills. Thank you. If the entire household passes away, Sims can choose to donate their simoleons to charity or another known household. Wills can be updated at any point in the Sims lifetime. The drama we can make with wills, lads. 4 different grief types: denial, holding it together, anger, and blues. It's based off traits and, if applicable, their relationship to the deceased. Grief will have its own set of behaviors for Sims to navigate. Normally takes a hold after the mourning period has ended. Not just death causes causes grief, tough situations such as loss of a family member or a close friend, divorce, getting fired from a career, or loss of a pet. So they've kind of played around with like the sad moodlet and like how that actually affects your Sims, which is honestly a really nice update in this pack. Obviously, I haven't played it yet, so I'm excited to see like how that actually works out, how in depth it can actually go. I'm not gonna give like props before I've played it, but it is nice that they've thought of that. Can reach out for help from other Sims for comfort, can also attend grief counseling. I don't really like the couples counseling in Love Struck, so I feel like that's gonna just be the exact same, and in that case it's gonna be useless. Sims can console about deaths to other Sims, cope positively with grief by doing creative or productive activities. When at funerals, Sims can offer awkward sympathies or a sympathetic joke. A lot of people did say they were fixing my wedding stories so that when funerals were released in this pack, then they'd work a little bit better. They haven't actually mentioned, oh, actually, this is where I was about to say it, they haven't talked about planning it. This literally goes on to it. They can choose which Sims attend, who the deceased is, select a dress code and color. That's never going to work, is it? Pick from a variety of 14 different activities, determine the location and time. Oh, it's absolutely just a rework of my wedding stories, which is not going to work well. Lighting candles, plant something, serving food. Each funeral is unique and sometimes ghost Sims may even appear at their own funeral. Also honor dearly departed by setting up memorial displays with a portrait of the deceased, selecting which urn or tombstone they want, decorating gravesite, leaving them a message on a special memorial statue, or by interring their urns in crypts. I am concerned about this one. Honestly, I feel like all the kind of funerals that we have seen, everyone is stood up. Like barely anyone is sat down, which it does kind of look like a conglomerate of different things. So maybe it's not like as micromanaged as weddings. Maybe they realized that they kind of maybe cocked up a little bit on my wedding stories with that one. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. From what I've seen, it's definitely not as like micromanagey. But again, the trailer for my wedding stories didn't really show the micromanagey side of it. These Sims kind of just look like they're doing their own things, which honestly, I kind of would prefer at this point in the game. New pair of loafers. Love them. Are they woohooing in a barbecue? There are love hearts coming out of this barbecue. They took Barbecue Baby to a whole new level. There's also a ghost train going through the back. We have this Sim being mischievous. Love this houndtooth trouser, can I just say. This is the new kind of park where I think a couple of like the little festivals probably take place. I think this is the cellar of like wares, and then this was the buffet table, the obviously kind of gothic play area. This says have another baby and help the living. We were actually helping the Sim give them energy. So that's showing off one of the new powers. That is honestly just gonna, I feel like magic where it just feels cheaty. I don't think there's gonna be anything like too fun when it comes to the powers. I literally in a video, I can't even remember which video it was, but I was discussing like ghost powers, and I was saying how fun would it be if like, for example, a Sim who died by electrocution, if they were swimming in a pool, they could send out like a jolt of electricity and it just kind of unalive the Sims who are maybe in a pool with them. That sounds macabre, I know, but just imagine, like, I think having that kind of stuff would be fun, and it's the Sims. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just not that serious, is it? This is interesting. I wonder, like, if reincarnation can just happen kind of randomly. Like, I wonder if, like, your grandparent can just come back, like, as your child. Then this is the funeral where I said it kind of looked like all these Sims were kind of doing their own thing. These two are comforting each other. This Sim is pouring one out. Little kid is giving like a eulogy. He looks like he could maybe be reacting to the eulogy. This Sim is lighting a candle. This toddler is like, I'm gonna watch it all burn. I'm gonna take every single one of you out for that will. Oh my god, I didn't even listen to the music. Marvin, I did not know that the last dinner party was playing in the background, but that is iconic. Doesn't look like we're getting the pre-order link working anytime soon, and honestly, I just want to get this video edited and uploaded because I've been talking for almost an hour about this. So I've got a fair bit of work to do. Gonna be as busy as the Grim Reaper. I definitely have my reservations. I'm just worried. I feel like I was burnt by my wedding stories even recently, and it's still not working like great within my game, which then in turn does worry me about the way that funerals are going to work. I am also worried about the graveyard. I actually just sent out a tweet that the graveyard better be a lot type and not just like applicable in that world like high school years, because I'm fairly sure in the high school years trailer they gave us like different looks of high schools to make it feel like there was more than one, but technically in the game's coding you can only have one high school and it's on that lot in Copperdale unless you download mods. Just had a confirmation from SimGuru Ninja saying that it is in fact a lot type and therefore not just tied to the world. Whew, we can sleep easy tonight. Hopefully not as well as the man in the trailer just slept. I know people are going to be excited for this one. I know that this is something that people have been wanting to see for a while. That's personally what excites me about this pack in particular, is the fact that we can now like assign wills and do that. I'm excited to see how Rebirth works. I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of trepidation there. I'm like, how is this gonna work? Like, it's definitely, I don't think, gonna feel as in-depth as I personally would want it to be, but I just think the fact that they mention like past life is quite interesting, and like having connection to people from your past life. It's just how deep they go with it. I hope it's not just like milestones and like knowing skills that you knew when you were in your other life. We'll definitely make a judgment on the soul journey once I have actually played with the pack, because right now it does just kind of feel like a slightly upgraded aspiration. Honestly wondering like what is different about it and if that does feel different, but let me know all of your thoughts down below. How are you feeling about this pack? How are you feeling about the gameplay that they've mentioned, the world, the create sim, build and buy mode, any of that? Leave all of your thoughts. I will obviously probably be following this video up with like a wish list of what I would like from what we have learned about today's trailer and in the blog post, but thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.